Skye Nicolson, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Deb. How are you?
Very, very well. Where's your belt? Where is it? This WBC World Featherweight title, where is it?
It's at home where it's staying.
Is it warm?
It is warm and it's staying warm in my warm flat.
Well, interestingly, Raven Chapman said keep the belt warm. She said it a few times. In fact, she said it even like down the camera as like a message to you, which we'll show you. So you're keeping it warm for her? Is that the idea?
No, I'm keeping it warm for me.
How are you feeling about this fight?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I feel like it's a great fight, a great clash of styles. It's an opponent that people respect. An opponent that some believe can beat me, which is what I want. I feel like it's what I've been asking for. Maybe the same for Raven a little bit as well. There's not a huge pool, so when we get to this level, it's the best versus the best. So of course I'm excited. She's
been targeting this world title for some time. She's been an international champion, been targeting you. After her last fight, I asked her what would, and she was very dominant. I said, what would happen if that was Skye Nicolson in there? And she said pretty much the same thing, which suggests a very dominant display.
Yeah, I did laugh when I saw that. That opponent, apart from being a southpaw, has literally zero attributes the same as me. If she thinks going into this fight that she can do what she did in that fight to me, she's going to be very rudely shocked.
What are you going to try and, because I've seen you almost showboat a little bit, almost take the mick out of some of your opponents. Are you looking to do that? Are you looking to take the mick out of Raven Chapman on October 12th?
I mean, I don't do it to like take the piss or take the mickey.
Sure. Either or.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that. It's more like showing that I'm in control, letting everyone know that I'm in control of the fight, I'm in control of the pace that the fight's going at. And if I'm in control of the fight and in control of the pace in the Raven Chapman fight, then it might look like I'm taking the mickey out of her too. But it's really just like, it's part of the art of boxing, I feel. To show that you're so comfortable in there that you can have a bit of fun with it as well. And I always have fun in there. I'm always smiling when I fight. I'm doing what I love. And you'll see me smiling against Raven Chapman, definitely.
That's a good line. I said to her, Skye's a great boxer, very rarely gets hit, very slick, she moves a lot. She said, okay, but she's never fought a Raven Chapman. And you haven't fought a Raven Chapman, because there's only one, but have you ever fought anyone like her, do you think?
I've fought aggressive fighters. I've fought opponents that have gone into the fight believing they're going to win, just as she has, that fans have thought were going to beat me, just as they might think she will. The likes of Lucy Wildheart. I don't think she's anything more special than a few of my opponents, to be honest. I think she has convinced herself that she might have the key that cracks the Skye Nicolson code, but I can assure you she definitely has not.
Do you want to show people you can have a fight?
Kind of, yeah. I do actually.
I sense that.
But I'm also not going to do it if I don't have to. So I feel this fight with Raven can be as hard or as easy as I want to make it. That's what I believe. And I just don't think, I can't see myself putting myself into a position to give Raven any opportunity if I don't need to.
On this stage, with this responsibility of being the first women's world title fight in Saudi Arabia, could you see yourself maybe just trying to have more of a fight? I don't know. Or is this just completely not on your mind at all?
If the fight is more competitive than I see it going, and I feel like the rounds are close and I need to do more, then we might see more of a battle than maybe you've seen in my other fights. But if the fight goes the way I believe the fight's going to go, I don't believe I will need to do that. But I'm prepared for anything. And I know that I can beat her at what she does and at what I do. So maybe, we'll see. But I know that I'm prepared for absolutely anything Raven Chapman brings, and I will have an answer for everything Raven Chapman brings.
How are you preparing for this fight? I mean, well, I guess most of the work's done now, but have you been like sparring Sam Noakes and stuff like that? I don't know. He'll stick it on you, won't he?
Yeah, no, I've had really, really good top level female sparring for this fight. I've made the investment. I've been paying sparring partners who are aggressive, who are physically strong, who are heavier, who are lighter, so we're getting the power and strength and we're getting the speed. I feel like it's been my best camp yet. I know fighters say that all the time, but I truly believe we've leveled up again. I think you've seen the best Skye Nicolson to what I've shown the public in my last couple of outings, and this is going to be a whole nother level. I'm bringing the wow factor, let's say that, to this fight. Sparring has been unbelievable. I've more self-belief than ever before, and I feel like I've always been quite self-confident. I've always backed myself, and what I'm doing now, like, I shock myself every day in the gym. I shock my team, and you're going to see the best ever Skye Nicolson on October 12th.
Well, you shocked me the other day because I saw a picture go out. DAZN put it out. It was that like really hench kangaroo, and then it was you next to it. So were you happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite funny. It's been like a running joke for a while now that I'm like this big kangaroo when I do that pose. But I've definitely developed my strength, my power. I'm sitting down on my shots more. We have adapted my style. I feel like Raven's come out a couple of times saying that I box like an amateur. If she's expecting to be fighting an amateur style on October 12th, again, rude shock coming. I believe I've really settled into the pro game, into my pro career. I'm world champion, and I'm world champion for a reason. I am the top of this division. There's a reason why pound for pound greats don't want to fight me when I become their mandatories. There's a reason for all these things. And Raven Chapman's going to find out on October 12th why.
It sounds like you're referencing Amanda Serrano, and you mentioned...
Who?
Well, look, you mentioned it at the presser yesterday. I think you said this is a harder fight than Serrano, or did you say it's a better fight?
So I was asked at the press conference if I was disappointed that the Serrano fight hasn't happened, or this fight isn't against Amanda Serrano. I said I think this is a better fight because I actually think Raven Chapman is a better fighter than Amanda Serrano. I do believe that. But I also believe Amanda Serrano is a walk in the park for me.
They're all a walk in the park for you. You're so confident.
So for me, I think Amanda Serrano is the perfect style for me, and I'm an absolute nightmare for her. That's why I said what I said about the fight with Raven. I think the fight with Raven has the potential to be more competitive. But I think the new era of women's boxing that's been coming through this generation that Raven and I are both a part of is flooding out the old. Out with the old, in with the new.
So does Raven become a world champion, or is Skye the limit?
I think Raven Chapman could become a world champion one day. It's just not going to be on October 12th, and it's not going to be against me.
And you must be very proud that this is a history kind of fight. It's one of those trailblazing kind of fights, which you've done plenty of times. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like it's a big privilege and an honour to be the first ever female fight on a Riyadh season card, but also the first ever world title women's fight in Saudi Arabia. That is very special. I feel like there's so much more to, I guess, when it's all said and done and you're looking back at your career, there's more than just the titles. There's moments like these where you're the face of change, and you're a part of a big movement, a really big movement, and it goes beyond boxing, it goes beyond sport. But to be an empowering figure in this huge change that obviously Saudi Arabia is going through, but to to be an empowering and inspiration person to that next generation of females, of women, can mean more to me than any world title.
Bit of pressure as well, though. You don't want to, first female fight in Riyadh season. You don't want to be the female that lost the first female fight, right? You
keep talking like that's even a possibility. It's just not. It'll probably be sad for Raven, when that happens, but I'm not worried about that, no.
What about the Queensberry Matchroom element? And look, I'll be honest, I've been keeping score. It ain't looking great at the moment.
It's not looking good, bruv.
No.
I've told Eddie.
Yeah.
We're changing the tide. Don't worry. I've got Matchroom's back here. I don't know if you remember, but when I fought for the world title back in April, I think there was like 3 back-to-back Aussies fighting for world titles in the week leading up to my world title fight. They all lost. It wasn't looking good, bro. But I changed it. I turned things around. I did it for Australia, and I'm going to do it for Matchroom. October 12th, Queensberry's taking their first hit. They're getting their first loss to Matchroom on a Riyadh season card. It's happening. It's written in the stars. Stop talking about any other possibility because it isn't an option, Dev.
That's quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, look, listen, final one before I let you go. That's actually Raven Chapman there. She's been watching the whole interview. She's been watching you. She's been watching all that stuff you've been saying about the Queensberry match, and she don't like it. Anything you want to say to her?
Raven, you and your team have convinced yourselves that you've cracked the code. It's not happening. It's not happening on October 12th. It's not happening ever. I'll see you in there.